after seeing an example of Edie's leadership, these sisters that have come and taught how articulate and loving, I'm just amazed. And Edie was our leader. There was Edie, Edith Grace, Joanne, Joey, Joanne May, Renee, who was May Renee, me, Michelle Patrice, Dee, who was formerly Deirdre Lee, Leah Mary, who wasn't able to come from Missouri, and Gail Starr, and then lo and behold, our brother Scott Herschel. And Edie was our leader, and she was our pathfinder. And now she's our pathfinder again. So yeah. Edie was my sister, and that's all of it really. She was my sister, and I miss her. When I was a little girl, Edie was 11 years older than I was. She was one of the big girls, the big sisters, and I idolized and adored all three of them, Edie, Joanne, and May Renee. I remember when I was 3 or 4, Edie decided she was going to teach me the alphabet before I could go out and play. Optimistic, and she always thought big. But she had that gift of knowing what was the thing that was needed at a particular time. I mean, she could seem oblivious, like come to the eclipse, but then sometimes she just knew. And when her dad died, she let me stay over. Oh boy, my basket case. She let me stay overnight with her, and I didn't have to eat, I didn't have to talk, I didn't have to sleep, I could just be there. And that was such a gift for me. But I did grow up, and she was still 11 years older than me, and she was always in charge, and she decided what we did and how I would do it. And you know, she was the queen of the universe, the boss of the universe, and she cared for all of her little chickies, us. And that was okay when we didn't see each other often, but in the late 70s, my late 20s, we both lived in the Chicago area. I had my toddler son, Ben, and Vernon Patrick was, I don't know, a young man, maybe 10, and Ian, who's a day younger than Ben, was there, and we all had a lot of adventures. But it just wouldn't do for her to just, you know, leave me around. And so somehow, that was before we all learned assertiveness, yada yada. I dredged up my courage and stood up to her. And I was surprised. She said, okay. And from then on, you know, treated me with more respect. I was in school during that time, and I was an older student, and I was so serious about my studies. And she would make sure I got away and had adventures. And she would take me to do things like go disco dancing or go to a blues club, you know, Chicago blues. It was amazing. She'd make sure I got to the museums and down to the waterfront. One of my favorite memories was it was the first time King Tut came around, and she was going to make sure we saw it. Well, the lines were super long, and people had to spend the night to get in, and when you got in, they herded you through. So we were going to spend the night on the steps of the Field Museum. Well, you know, during that time, I was a little more conservative. Took me a while to grow into not being so conservative. So we're up there on the steps and with our sleeping bags and whatnot, and we're making friends with the folks we're going to spend the night with. And then this magic happened. An official came out from the museum and said, well, we're going to take your group in. Wasn't that big a group. We went in. We had all the time we wanted. They did not rush us. And I firmly believe that was an Edie miracle. It was just amazing. Eventually eventually, Edie moved to California, which she had to do so she could meet Mike, whom she always called Michael. And I was still in school. I was in medical school then. And again, she seemed to understand what was needed. And she would send me postcards and little things to cheer me on. Later, Edie and I kept in touch by phone and later by mail. She was sweet with my daughters. She sent them little gifts and just imaginative things. Back when Happy Meals had really nice, fun things, she'd send them that. And then she started sending stories about women who did things that women don't usually do, and she called them adventure women. And but she was still the boss of the universe, and she did things like, one year she sent us mistletoe. So Mark and I think we're grown-ups. The girls were kind of middle school age, and she wrote, "Be sure not to eat the mistletoe, it's poisonous." Yeah. I'll share with you a couple more things. In 1999, the evening before Edie had her breast cancer surgery, I don't usually cry this much. I was honored to be with her and Mike, and they did some special things that evening. I remember one was going to see a special view that they loved, and I think there were about 4 things. But the one that is just embedded in my memory, they went to this place, and I don't remember how it was set up. There was a wall, and then there was light shining so that if you were between the light and the wall, your exact perfect shadow was on that wall. And they waltzed to their own music. I was still so honored to be there. And the love that they showed, they had until their last moment together. Lastly, I was recently there with other family to bear witness to Edie's final adventure on earth. One of my sisters, Gail, one of her wisdom sayings is that when we get older, we get better at being who we are. And in a similar way, one of the things that Edie had to fight in this battle was having her amazing mind not work the way it usually did. But she was always Edie. At one point, she was creating a story about animals named nerves, and it was, she was really loved to help out to rescue animals, like during Hurricane Katrina. And if anybody wanted to do something in her memory, helping rescue some animals during this current hurricane would be amazing. But as the layers were peeled away, and toward the last, all that was left was the kindness and the love. I would come in, and sometimes she'd know who I was, and sometimes she didn't. And she would ask me, she would say hi, and I'd say, "How was your day?" And she'd say, "Oh, I'm great, and wonderful." And she'd ask me what I was doing and have me, tell her my day. And one day I said, "Hi, Edie, it's your sister Michelle." And she looked at me, and she said, "I have a sister Michelle, and she's beautiful." It's like, I don't care whether she, recognized me or not. But that love and that depth and that kindness, even though she was a complicated, strong woman, as you noticed as all our family is, that's what I'll remember about my sister.
Well, I'm Mark. I'm Edie's brother-in-law. And just a moment here that when I think of her, what I think of is a person with a big heart. And she was willing to give of herself and her time. Long before I ever met her, Michelle and I were engaged, and she gave us a very nice, generous gift certificate to Marshall Fields in Chicago that we could go, and we spent the day shopping at Marshall Fields, buying linen and things.
That we still have.
That we still have, yes. And so, and as you heard, she would give to our daughters and always call and ask about how everyone's doing, and just had just such a big heart. And I just want to leave you with one story that I know we at our home always talk about, and always brings a smile to my face, is that in 2006, my older daughter Emily graduated from high school, and she came on the train to see for the graduation. And so we're walking into the football stadium in Silverton, Oregon, and she's very aware of everything, and all of a sudden she turns and looks at all of us and says, "I smell pot." And we all just, okay, and laughed, and we moved on to the graduation. But that story is now 12 years old, and it always brings a smile to my face, and I think of Edie and her big heart with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm a long talker. I have to add one other thing. Another example of Edie just somehow knowing what needs to be done. When Mark and I lost our son 5 years ago, and of course we were in shock and weren't thinking, and luckily we had our family to help us get through. And all of a sudden these amazing flowers appeared. And my immediate sent beautiful, beautiful flowers. And I had no thoughts of anything like that. But just one more example of, she wasn't always the easiest person to be around because none of us are. To all the generations, the women in our family are intelligent, strong, creative, and sometimes cranky. But she always knew at those times what was needed.